Hello guys, welcome once more to this channel. This is Logic Trader, and in this video I'll be doing a market forecast on GBPUSD and beginning market forecast. Let's look at what price is doing on the monthly time frame, then we scale down to the weekly time frame and daily time frame, right? So I'll try my best to make the video to be a little bit short so you guys might be able to get so much knowledge in little time. So looking at what price is doing on the weekly time frame, and if you've been following my weekly market forecast, you can clearly see nothing has really changed. Price is still bearish on the weekly time on the monthly time frame. This is the monthly time frame, and this is the movement of price on GBPUSD. Price is creating series of lower lows, new lows, new lows, and lower highs. And we're expecting that at this point, price will give us a new lower high for price to keep on moving in this wave life from downwards. That's basically what we're expecting on the monthly time frame. Now, in getting to the weekly time frame, we will not analyze price again on the whole of this chart. Rather, we will look for structures. We will look for a structure to analyze price. As I always tell you guys, a high to a low is one structure, a low to a high is another structure, right? So based on that, we'll take the most previous high which is here on the monthly time frame, and we'll take the most previous low which is here on the monthly time frame, and we'll take previous the most recent high here, meaning this will be our area of focus. We'll be focusing on what price is doing from year to year when we get into the weekly time frame, and because of that, we just have to use our tool to outline the zone of focus on the weekly time frame, and this is where we'll focus on now. Because of that, we can comfortably scale into the weekly time frame. Let me zoom out my chart, guys. In zooming out my chart, you guys will clearly be able to see on the monthly time frame we're focusing on what the price was doing on the whole trade on the whole chart, right? On the monthly time frame, price is bearish, right? Now, focusing on the what price is doing on the weekly time frame, we identify this previous lowest point and this previous highest point after this break of structure to the downside, right? And that's it. That's why we focus here. Zooming on my I have to zoom out so for us to be able to see what we are going to do. Now, looking at what price is doing, there was a shift of structure here to the upside, another shift of structure here, another shift of structure here, another shift of structure here. And all these shift of structures are shifting the direction of price to the upside, creating series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs at this level. We're expecting price now to come again, take out this high to give us another higher high. Now, because of what we are expecting, for price to continue its bullish movement on the weekly time frame, we're expecting a reaction from here to go up and take out this high to form a higher high, or that for price to come down to this level to go up and take out that high to form a higher high. Nevertheless, we are bullish on the weekly time frame, not forgetting the fact that we are bearish on the monthly time frame. And being bearish on the monthly time frame doesn't mean that price might not also buy, right? It simply means that price is supposed is will sell on a monthly time frame. But for my bias is price to take out this structure up here on this weekly time frame since we are bullish and come here before giving us that sell which we are expecting on the monthly time frame. Meaning the weekly time frame is bullish. I'm expecting, because the weekly time frame is bullish, price as it has reacted from here to go up, continue that break of structure to the upside, right, and reach within this level before giving us that sell. So nevertheless, we're expecting the sell based on the fact that the monthly time frame is bearish, but before the sales happen, there's the opportunity for us to look for buys to go up. All When you see my chart mark in an arrow like this, is because there's an inefficiency up at that level, and I'm expecting inefficiency to be filled the way we got inefficiency here got filled. So that's basically it. Now, on the weekly time frame, we know that price is bullish, and now we have to scale down to the daily time frame. Scaling to the daily time frame, we don't need to focus on what price is doing within all of this zone. As I said, the lower the time frame, the lower the area of focus. So now getting into the daily time frame, what do? We look for the most previous low, right? That gave us the most recent break of structure to the upside to form the most recent high. Meaning, this is the structure which will focus on this previous low and this previous high. Because if we look at this break of structure to the upside, it was from this lowest point that price came to give us that break of structure to the upside to form this highest point. And because of that, that will be our area of focus where we'll get on the daily time frame. And since it is our area of focus, we just shift it like this and place it in our area of focus. Now we can comfortably scale to the daily time frame. Now we are within the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, now we have to understand what price is doing. It is clearly simple. We saw this move coming down. From this move coming down, we saw a shift of structure here to the upside, a shift of structure here to the upside. We saw again structure shift. We saw again structure shift. There was multiple levels of structural shifts telling us the price is shifting structure to the upside, telling us price is bullish on the daily time frame, right? And now since price is bullish on the daily time frame, let's analyze our lows and our highs. This is a low. Price came up, broke this structure to form this high, came down, broke this structure to form this new high up here. So if I have to clean the chart, right, and I zoom in the chart a little bit, right, we saw price shift going up, breaking the structure to form another structure. We saw here another shift going all the way up to form another structure. And price came down, right? This is a low, this is a higher low. Price has to continue for price to continue being bullish. It has to break this structure. It has to break this structure here. And for it to break this structure, we're expecting from this movement for price to go up and break the structure, right? And now, onto price comes below the structure before we might say on the daily that price is bearish. But as long as price is respecting this previous low, for the meantime, this is the previous low and this is the previous low. Why? Because this highest point came down and formed this lowest point. As I always said, from a high to a low is a structure, and from a low to a high is a structure. You just have to understand which structure you're supposed to. This is the most recent low, right? This is also the most recent low, right? But we are not focusing on this recent low because it has not yet broken structure to the upside to take out this high, right? But this high, which is the highest point within this area of focus, has given us this lowest point. Meaning, from this high, after this high, price went down to form this low, and in the meantime, price is within this here. Price is sitting above this low and below this high. Means price is within this area. Now, what are we expecting? We are expecting that price on GU to be based on this reaction to be able to go up to this level where it might be able to break this structure to the upside. Now, meaning we are bullish on the weekly, we are bullish on the daily, and now let's get into the 4 hour time frame. To get into the 4 hour time frame, where do we need to focus on? We will focus on this low and this high, as I've been explaining. Now, because we already know where we focus on, we just have to take our tool and shift it to our area of focus. This low, right, and this high. This is our area of focus. This is our area of focus. Now, because we already know our area of focus, we scale down into 4 hour time frame. Being into the 4 hour time frame, we can clearly see what's happening. Within the 4 hour time frame, we can clearly see what's happening. In the 4 hour, now, let me just shift this tool so that we might be able to see the chart clearly. Remember, looking at the 4 hour time frame, right? Looking at the 4 hour time frame, price was coming down here, right? Price gave us this high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? What happened later? Later, what happened is price came up here. We saw a structure shift here to the upside, telling us price will continue to buy. But price reacted from here before reaching here to give us the structure. So what I mean is, from this lowest point, price ended up here, right? And we saw a break of structure, shift of structure to the upside, telling us price will continue to buy. And now price has retraced again below down here. Remember, price has not yet taken out this low. Price is still reacting within this low and this high, right? And we've seen a shift of structure here to the upside, telling us price is bullish, meaning because of this retracement, there's a potential possibility that price will go back up to take out this high as it took out this high to continue the movement upward. And based on that, we're expecting buys on the 4-hour time frame. And if we go now and focus on the internal time frame, if we look at the internal market structure, only within this area, we can clearly see that price created a low here. Price came down, took out the low in form of liquidity, and we saw a structural shift here to the upside. Based on this structural shift to the upside, it's telling us price might give us the opportunity to buy from here to go up, right? Or price might give us, we have two opportunities to buy, or might look for opportunity to buy within this area or within this area. Meaning price can give us that buy from here, will give us that buy from here. So that's all for this analysis, guy. We'll keep the analysis right up to the 4-hour time frame. Thanks for watching. I hope you're able to gain a lot of knowledge from this analysis. So let's stay tuned. As I said, we are bullish on the weekly time frame, bullish on the daily time frame, bullish on the 4-hour time frame, and bullish on the 1-hour time frame, though I have not analyzed the 1-hour time frame, guys. So watch the video to the end to gain some knowledge. Subscribe, comment, and share, guys, if it's your first time joining us. Bye-bye.